Hey, I'm Phil Gaudette, president of the Atlantic Canada BBQ Society. We're here in Clare, Nova Scotia, and we're hosting a barbecue cooking class.
We're not really looking for a temperature here, we're looking for a feel. Make sure that the meat is nice and tender. I'm using the meat thermometer just to probe it to see how it feels. And to me it feels a little tough yet. So I think we're going to have to cook this for a little bit longer.
I hope they'll have a better cook at home, but more importantly, I hope we'll get the more competition teams going in Atlantic Canada.
We got our grill set to 275. We've been cooking since this morning, so this is just the last step. Sauced them up, and we'll be taste tested in no time.
So what have you got in your glaze? What can you tell me is in your glaze?
Basically, it's stuff. So when we wrap the ribs, we put some brown sugar, butter, honey into it, and basically that caramelizes and stuff over a period of time. So when we unwrap, we take that au jus, we put that out, we mix it with some barbecue sauce that we brought as well. So then that's what we brush onto the ribs.
So it's going to be like a sweet heat or all sweet?
It'll be a sweet heat, yeah.
So in August, we're going to have the first sanctioned event in Atlantic Canada. So we're going to have teams traveling from all over Canada, maybe even some Eastern U.S. teams coming down. So, we want to be able to make sure we can compete with them.
From the class that's happened this weekend, what were your takeaways?
Lots of stuff on meat trimming and prep. Sometimes it's a commitment. I put it on at midnight or something, and then I have to get up in the morning and poke at it a bit, and then keep on going, and then it's done by supper time. I'll smoke a turkey for Christmas, and I'll make all kinds of other goodies for putting in the freezer whenever I can. And I make my own bacon, make my own sausage.
Do you find your friends are inviting themselves over?
All the time. They're always asking me when you're going to have your next party at your house, right? So they love it. They love coming over, and I make all the sides and everything to go with it, and lots and lots of barbecue. And then I just, keep whatever's left over, throw it in the freezer, and then I'll have some brisket nachos or, pulled pork. I'll put pork and chili. Do all kinds of stuff with the leftovers.
Hi, I'm Jim Johnson. I'm a member of the Kansas City Barbecue Society, and I am here in Nova Scotia doing a barbecue boot camp, or what we call a barbecue training school. So we're doing that today. We've got all the people that have come in. We've got about 30 members showing up today. Large class. Everybody brought their cookers. We're giving them tips and tricks, and we're teaching them how to cook American-style competition barbecue. What we do is we take any beginner that has a Weber grill in their backyard, and we will bring them in and we will teach them how to do competition style barbecue. So we're going to give you all the tips, the tricks, and the knowledge you need to be able to go from a backyard cooker to a competitor cooker within 2 days. What I'm hoping for is that people, when they leave here, they're going to have a better sense of spice, a better sense of smoke, a better ability to maintain fire, a better ability to cook product at home for their own families. Those are the things that we're hoping they take away, because what's going to happen is we're very, very fortunate because we have a barbecue person here that did very well at Memphis in May that is behind all this. So Philip has brought us in together, and he's brought us together to teach these people so that they can do a better barbecue. I take the time to show them tips and tricks, but I also explain the science behind what we're doing so that they understand. I don't just say, okay, we're going to use this sauce for a reason. We're going to use this sauce because this is why, and I want you to see the difference. So we're going to show them different ways of doing it so that they can actually taste it one-on-one, see it one-on-one, and see it firsthand so that they know at the end of the day, Jim was right. What he's showing us, what he's teaching us is exactly the way we need to do it. I dispel a lot of rumors that you see on YouTube, because everything you see on YouTube is not necessarily true, folks. And so what I want you to do is I don't just come in and talk about it, and I don't talk about the things on YouTube that I don't believe in. It's I show them. And I say, okay, let's do it this way, let's do it this way. You be the judge. At the end of the day, they're going to be able to be the ones that judge this. Two different types of way we cook. We cook for our family in our backyard, and we cook for competition. All right, we got a set of ribs ready to go. So, see how it's starting to tack up? It'll tack up and caramelize. Now be careful because that'll fall apart on you. All right, let's go back to the butcher paper and set it straight on the butcher paper. Now, nice sharp knife. Make even cuts so you don't have rough edges. You're looking for a smoke ring, so you have the pink at the top and the bottom. You have a nice smoke ring. Look at the juiciness, so you have moist and juicy right there, and then you have that wonderful glaze on top. Smoke. We just sit there and think, oh, we can put wood on there and have smoke and everything will be good. Think about this. The harder the wood, the stronger the smoke. So if I'm doing big pieces of meat, I'm going to use a harsher smoke or stronger smoke to be able to penetrate the bigger pieces of meat. If I'm going to do ribs or chicken, I want a milder smoke. So the softer the wood, the milder the smoke. So what I'm going to do at that point in time is I'm going to use a milder smoke, which means I'm going to use a soft wood, and that's like a fruit wood, apple, peach, cherry. Now if I want the hardwood, I'm going to use oak, hickory, pecan. So I'm going to have that harsher smoke. So I have to know the balance, and I have to know how much smoke, how long to smoke it for, because we have a tendency to smoke the entire time. Meat only absorbs smoke for a certain period of time, and then after that it becomes a rancid flavor. So we can over smoke a piece of meat and then we have an issue with it and everything. So we have to be very, very careful with that and do it. So from that standpoint, yes, there is a science, and we incorporate it from the very beginning, and as we do it, we incorporate from the beginning of the class, and then they build into it as the class goes. What I should be able to do, though, when I touch it, I should be able to break it down.
Is bad.
Oh. Otherwise, it'd be too tough. See how tough it is?
Yeah.
So you'd get a low score on tenderness if you put that in the box. Now, if I pull it and do it this way and shred it and then put pieces together, then it's going to be better. Because now I can take this, and of course it's going to pull easy. When you do your scoring and everything, the least score is your appearance score. So if you're going to have a bad score, make sure it's in appearance. The ones that, because your taste is going to be twice of what your tenderness is going to be twice of what your appearance score is, and then your taste is going to be twice of what your tenderness is going to be. So the least weighted score is going to be your appearance score. This would have won first place. This would have been a toss-up for second place. This would have been a toss-up for, this would have been in here with these, so you would have had all of these vying for second place, and this would have taken home third place. The flavor profile, I like the flavor profile on this. Everything else is really good. So this, you did an excellent job. So there's nothing to be ashamed of, because what you just did is you've proven that you can take a class like we just gave you and go out and compete with American teams. Like I always tell people, I can't teach you to be a championship pit master overnight, but before the end of this class, I'm going to teach you to be better than your neighbor.
There's actually four major sanctioning bodies in the United States, a very large contingency in the Texas area where they barbecue there is beef versus the rest of the country that typically thinks of barbecue as pork. Florida has a sanctioning body. Memphis, my hometown, still has its sanctioning body, and then you got KCBS. We're bigger than the other three contests only because I think we've just had people had an interest in wherever they were located doing a sanctioning process, and it happened to fit in well with Kansas City. But we promote barbecue of any kind, and it's not always just barbecue. At a lot of our contests, we have ancillary events that involved everything from steaks to burgers to oysters to cocktails, where we all judge under the same type of criteria, but it's all about cooking. Most of it is over a fire as such and heat. So it's something that is just, for some reason, food brings people together, and it gives you a reason to make friends, to have a great time, to share a lot of good stories and fellowship with each other. So I think all the societies pretty well promote each other. We're competitive, just like anybody else, but in the long run, it's all fun, and it's just a good something good to be part of. A lot of Canadian teams come down to the States and vice versa. We did our first contest in Canada back about 2000, and I want to say 7 or 8. And at that time, to us, this is an ideal place. This is for us a ground of a lot of opportunities, if you will. Met some great cooks, and subsequently we'd see a lot of those cooks at the major contests in the United States, the Jack Daniel's World Championship, the World Food Championship, the American Royal, Houston Livestock Show. All of those started attracting international teams, so it gave us a reason to say, let's go in that country, and we were fortunate enough to be invited in. So it's just been a pleasure to come up here and work with the Canadian barbecue teams. We are close with the Canadian Barbecue Society in that we recognize each other. Their points count towards some of the things that we do. So it's a good fellowship and partnership together. Jim is part of the international team. He normally goes first. He and his wife Becky normally go first, and they'll get there and train the judges first because it gives them a chance to practice up their skills. And when they get ready for our contest, then we come along and we school the judges and certify them. So by that time, they've got the organizer has a foundation of judges and cooks and that he can build contest on. Hopefully that contest will go on year after year after year. So when we get there, the cooks have done their job because they're up cooking all night long, and it's hard to cook all night long, then sit through a judging class because they want to hear what we're teaching the judges, that this is what you should look for from that team when they present their entries. And so it just works out better like that. So yes, Jim and Becky are a very intricate part of ours. They go ahead of us, we follow up, and hopefully do our job, and together we bring a sanctioned contest. We're looking to train judges to appreciate what the effort at a cook and the expense and the time that he sat down and spent all night cooking on, working on. I'll remember a very well-known cook in the States said something to me. He said, I've been through culinary school. I can sit down and in 45 minutes I can cook a plate that some people will pay $150 for. But I can take a brisket out there and I can work 16 to 20 hours in that brisket, and I can't find a person to pay $1.25 for a piece of that brisket. So he says, there's a skill level there that you've got to learn to appreciate and to understand, and that's what we hope to accomplish in teaching judges. It's not what the cook cooked, it's what he set out to do. Did he accomplish that purpose? You're taking a piece of meat and you're infusing a flavor through smoke into the taste of that meat. And it just takes time to do that because you're usually cooking temperature ranges from 225 to 275. If you get good enough and you want to do hot and fast, you go 275 to 300 or plus, whatever it might be. It's a different story, but it takes a skill level to achieve that. And you only get that through the practice and spending a lot of time and studying of it. Some of these teams that do so well, they know how much moisture is in the wood. They know what they know those 26 muscles in a shoulder. They understand and they analyze that. But they've taken the time and the effort, and as a result, that cream rises to the top, and they usually do well. But I think that's it more than anything else. It's just a sport that's fun-loving to achieve, and the patience will get you there.
I accept my duty to be an official KCBS certified judge. So that truth, justice, excellence in barbecue, and the international KCBS family may be strengthened and preserved forever.
I hope to see this grow to where it becomes a family event. And just like the Acadian Festival is, you can have bands and things like that, invite some of them. But you can have a very nice little festival that's a barbecue festival. In England, they wanted it to be a spectator sport. And everybody thought we couldn't do that. We can do that. We can do that. We just have to hide the turn-in area. Has to be in a tent. But other than that, and we had one of our cooks announce it on the stage, say, okay, they're getting ready to judge this, and then described what the judges were looking for and told them about the meat. That was very informative. So there's a lot of things we can grow from here. This is just the beginning. It's supposed to start off small so you can grow smart. And I expect this to be bigger and bigger each year. That is the best way to put the information out there. Let them taste it. Let them see if they want a barbecue restaurant. Let them see how American-style barbecue is versus, and they can put their own spin on it for the company. It will grow. And with the dedication that these organizers and the people working this have, I have no doubt that it won't grow.
The weather is not too bad, and just a little bit of rain overnight, so, couldn't ask for a better day today. We got 11 teams, so we're excited for that. We qualify for some pretty big events now in the States, so, there's a lot on the line right now. So I resigned as event organizer, so I could compete, because they're quite strict on that. As an organizer, can't compete just for, avoid any conflicts of interest. So the winner will qualify for the American Royal in Kansas City, which is the largest competition in the world. It's a 2-day event there. One day you have to qualify, the other day it's open to any team. And the open division, there's about 500 teams that compete at that. It's in a NASCAR stadium. So the winner will qualify for that, and they'll also get their name put in the hat, basically, for the Jack Daniel's Invitational, which is like the masters of barbecue.
So for the next level, I think what we're looking for is expanding to have teams come from farther away, multiple provinces participating. We did have some judges come in from elsewhere also, so that was fantastic. A few from the U.S., I believe one from New Brunswick. So I think for us, the next steps will be to get the word out there after pulling off a successful event this year. Hopefully we can gather a lot of attention towards a next championship. This isn't a rib fest. It's a competition, and they're serious about what they do. They spend a lot of money to come out here, and they spend a lot of money on their craft. So yeah, we hope that in the years to come we can maybe coordinate more vending, have some local ancillary competitions with seafood incorporated in it, etc. So yeah, I think there's a lot of evolution that we can hope to see. Barbecue heaven. Right here. For second place in chicken, please.
Way to go, guys.
Congratulations. Great job.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks very much.
First place takes this cutting board. First place goes to Cook the Books. Congratulations, Cook the Books. Congratulations.
Wow.
Now it's time for pork ribs. Rusty's Smoked Barbecue. Sorry, second place finish.
Again, we'd like to donate some money to a local charity. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
And number one in pork ribs. Our friends at All Sauced Up. Congratulations.
Oh my. Thank you very much, man.
And now we'll move on to pork. Second place, Rusty's Smoked Barbecue.
Yeah, we want to donate it.
And before I go to the first place winner, I'll announce the sixth place winner. So we call that today the lucky loser. So it's a prize of $240. And that goes to the A team. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A well sought after prize.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, it's almost just as good though.
And first prize goes to Cook the Books. Congratulations, fellas and young lady.
She's the boss.
And the most difficult of the meats, brisket. Second place in brisket, Cook the Books. Congratulations. Getting your exercise.
Get my stuff. Get in the way, quick. Come on, take a picture.
And first place in brisket goes to Hogs Harbor. Congratulations. All right, so the moment everybody's been waiting for, the overall championship and reserve champion. Rusty's Smoked Barbecue. Congratulations. It's like the Pied Piper here, all the children are gathered.
A portion of it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Really proud. What is here?
And final but not least,
Thank you.
first place grand champion goes to Cook the Books.
These in right here.
Events like this, we're thankful to have volunteers, people that really want to help out, make sure that these type of new events happen in the community. It's something new, it's something different, and without volunteers and sponsors, we just wouldn't be able to pull these things off. So, we're very fortunate, and I think people that have come out, volunteered, helped out, any of the sponsors have really found that there is a lot of value in their participation this year.